Hi everybody, this is Matthew De Jesus once again with Unlimited Sprint Nation vlog number 11. And I got several topics to discuss about today. First of all, we're going to talk about the one-up programs and what I find to be the strengths and the weaknesses of such. Then I'm going to talk about the holiday days going on, and there'll be a few more before Christmas arrives. And then I will also talk about the try-buy devices. There's quite a few, you know which one they are. And then I'm going to talk about a non-sprint related, but it's also it deals with a partner of Sprint, which happens to be Samsung, and the contents that they've been receiving from Microsoft, for which they build Windows phones and Windows 8 devices. And also we're gonna, at the end, I got a little surprise to talk to you about. Alright, the first thing I want to talk about is the one-up program, and as you see, Frankie, this time I got notes, I got footnotes this time. There's pros and cons to this program. First of all, let's talk about the pros. It allows customers which are eligible for the program to get a device they want and every 12 months. And also, it gives a price reduction on the plan for $15, but you have to pay like an extra $25, $30 on the device every month because you're not going to pay for the price. And also, it gives the chance to have the device for a second year if you don't want to use your annual upgrade, which is actually a good idea because some people will actually shop smarter and have devices that will last them at least 2 years. I do it that way. On my last two old devices, which was a BlackBerry Curve 8530 and the current iPhone 4 that I have, they have lasted me pretty good, and I'm a couple months away from renewing. But I will stay with the plan I have and go into a 2-year plan. I just don't know when I'm going to renew. I'm going to check my options to see what Apple comes out with this year. I probably want to stay with iOS for a couple years. Otherwise, if they don't come up with anything innovative, perhaps a bigger device, I'm going to probably choose between Android or perhaps a Windows Phone device. And the Windows Phone device will be like our last option because I'm sure not going back to BlackBerry. Alright, there's nothing against Windows Phone, but they still got a long way to go. Alright, the cons about this program. Not everyone qualifies for it. You have to have at least certain tenure here, or have like a great credit standing, which is understandable. It's the same way with some of the plans for AT&T and Verizon, and as well as T-Mobile. Not everybody qualifies for them. Also, if you decide to use your annual upgrade, after the first 12 months, you lose the $15 discount. So that means you go back to $80 on your My Way plan. No, and my biggest gripe about this program is Sprint not going full enough with it on the thing that when somebody wants to pay full retail price for the device and doesn't want to be locked into a 2-year contract. Currently, the one-up program does not offer that option. And I think Sprint is missing a major opportunity on a certain community that I've been asking for years to have an option. Not to have a device, not having to pay full price and still be stuck on a 2-year contract. That makes absolutely no sense. Sure, I might sound like an advocate for the European market, but if you're paying for the full retail price of a device before you sign up for a contract, why should be stuck in a contract for 2 years? That's my gripe. And this bigger gripe. If Sprint makes this change to offer the one-up program at a discounted rate, if you decide to pay for your device of retail price and give you the rate of $65, Sprint has a money bag to do so because it also will have to change it will have to change how they handle sales of full price devices. They will have to give commission to everybody that sells a full price device at a full retail price. And I understand it might be a little difficult, but they will have to do it. Especially if you're signing up for a new client, they need to get in the program for this. I know it might be a little hard to work for, especially some people that work at corporate, but it's the only way they're gonna make one up a success. Now, holiday deals. Shop around and make it very simple. If you see a lower price on a national retailer or a local retailer or an authorized dealer, take the deal. Don't go back to Sprint demanding that they have the legal right to they can price match. Not every store, not every company decides to price match, and it's done on seldomly occasions. Verizon and AT&T, they rarely do it. They do it for certain occasions on certain devices only. So get those facts. That's your fact sheet about price match. And for those who are going to complain about to the Better Business Bureau, the State Attorney General, the Federal Trade Commission, the Federal Communications Commission, ABC, CBS, NBC, you can complain all you want. There's nothing they can do about it. Period. Now, third issue that I want to talk about. The woes going on for tri-band devices. That will be the Google Nexus 5, the HTC One Max, the Galaxy S4 Mini, and the LG G2. Tri-band devices. Let me tell you, in the markets where where they have made the adjustments to have those devices ready, they work wonders. Examples: Puerto Rico and the U.S. Virgin Islands. A fully deployed market. Those devices are selling like hotcakes because it's giving Sprint at least double the coverage, especially using what used to be Nextel's SMR 800 on Spectrum. My issues, there are connectivity issues on markets and they're not available. But it's something that Sprint is working on. And future markets are not going to be launched unless they match the same LTE saturation with which has the capability to use tri-band, which is going to take a few more weeks to launch it to more markets. Alright, it's just a temporary issue. That's all I gotta say. It's not going to be something permanent. Alright, my fourth and final main topic is not Sprint related, but I'm going to bring you from the perspective of somebody who has a degree in accounting and knows business law and contract law. Not just as somebody who studied business, but somebody that used to own a DJ business. And I'm talking about the actions of Microsoft since early in the year. With all those commercials they've been posting, promoting the Nokia Lumia devices. Of course, now they own the mobile division of Nokia. And they're constant bashing up Samsung devices. Microsoft, get your head out of the gutter. Samsung is one of your key partners. Your second largest key partner. They were your main key partner before even Nokia considered entering in the Windows Phone market. Samsung has done more for your devices prior to the arrival of Nokia. And you have forgotten that you still have a motocross. And for those who are doubting what motocrosses mean, let me give you a reading of it on my brand new Windows 8 laptop. Alright, let me give you a read of motocrosses. A motocross is a provision within instruments of a contract which curtail or restrain or prescribe certain behavior or individuals or parties to the contract. A motocross within contracts used as a means of holding a party or an individual or parties to a certain behavior standard and so as not to be disruptive, in contempt, or scandalous. to all the individual parties on the contract and their interests. It attempts to preserve a public and private image of social party in the contract. In the contract, in essence, one party to the contract is purchasing the other party's good name or reputation. All right. For those experts of a Center Windows Phone website, do you think Microsoft is not violating their moral clause that they've been using since early in the 90s against any other partners or any other manufacturers or distributing their products? I'm waiting for your answer because honestly, you guys have no clue. You're not talking to somebody from the street that you probably have been hearing rumors about that I have a Mac. I don't think this looks like a Mac. This is a Windows 8 laptop, brand new. So explain this to me, to the guys of that site. Which, by the way, thank you for your promotion and thank you to that editor-in-chief who looks like a troll doll with that stupid hairdo. I may look like a potato head, but you still look like a troll, biatch. And explain this to me. If Microsoft is not bashing Samsung, what do you call the two commercials promoting Nokia devices, a company that has issues with CTIA and the entire CDMA community, which is outside of Verizon, because they don't want to take their devices with substandard radios. And now you have gone and bashing Samsung for their Android product. Have in mind, that is disruptive behavior. And have in mind that Samsung can come and sue you. And we're not talking about we're not talking thousands of dollars. We're talking about millions of dollars plus attorney's fees. Have this in mind. All right. One final thing before I call it for the day. I'm still waiting for categories for the best awards of the awards for 2013. I want to open categories next Monday afternoon, and they will be open until December. I'm thinking about, what was it? I'm gonna open them for 30 days. So I'm gonna open them I'm gonna close them on December 8th at 11:59 p.m. and 59 seconds to make sure that we get this completed. And I will do my next vlog will be right after the results, probably a day or two. Right, yes, there will be a best of device. It will be a worst device of the year. There will be several other categories like troll of the year, writer from a third party site, which that's the new category I want to introduce. And there will be the worst writer of the year, which some of you are figuring out who more likely is gonna win it. But I'm going to let the voters decide on that. It will be funny. I may have to get an award looking like a turtle. And manufacturer of the year, stories of the year, shocking surprise of the year, sleeper device of the year. Which there should be there's a couple that actually surprised me. And I'm gonna explain why. And several other categories. Like some of the classes like Troll Buster of the Year. If you haven't heard, for those who are new members, you need to review last year's results. You need to review the video for the best awards of 2012 because they were funny. Alright guys, this is all. I'm gonna cut it up. And I want to thank you guys for watching. And if I don't get to post another vlog before the end of the year, I want to wish happy holidays to everyone and merry and enjoy the new year. Hopefully things will go well. My name is Matthew De Jesus. And let me